You want fries with that? Why can't we ever say no? But maybe we should.
The FDA warns that consuming this compound could be associated with an increased risk of cancer.
We investigate French fry lies.
There's a secret ingredient some fast food companies are putting in French fries, and it is this.
Plus, the dish crew is creating the best recipe mashups.
I think it's a balanced meal. 2 delicious tacos, some guacamole, a pizza. I mean, what more does a girl need?
Coming up next. Y'all ready for season 10?
Yeah!
I love you, Dr. Oz.
Today, we all know there should be a once-in-a-while treat. But is there more danger lurking in your French fries than we think? That's right, we are investigating French fry lies, uncovering the myths and deceptions we've been told about our favorite fast food side. Plus, the secret hacks that no one has ever told you about how to make French fries healthier. In fact, it can be done. And pay attention to your screen. Throughout this segment, we're going to give you these little fry facts that you can use to impress your friends, like one of these. Anyway, the author of The Dorito Effect, Mark Schatzker, has dedicated his career to researching how the flavors of food are manipulated to keep you eating more. That's why the first French fry lie we're investigating is eating too many means you lack self-control. But you actually say it's not about self-control at all.
So you know when the waiter says, do you want fries or salad with that? It is so hard to say salad. Here's another thing. Sometimes there's a plate of cold French fries. You sit down, someone didn't finish their fries. You have one, you're like, it doesn't taste very good. And then you go back for more. What is going on? Well, I know some people think it's the carbs. Some people think, no, it's the fat. There's this war we've been having between carbs and fat. Well, there was a new study done by scientists at Yale that says it's both. That when we take foods that combine carbs and fat, they become irresistible. They overwhelm us. And it tells us what we all know, is that it's just really hard to not eat French fries.
Let's bring this to life. Stefania is here because, like most of us, she has trouble stopping at just a few fries. You're holding them, you're guarding them so tightly. Explain to everyone the compulsion you have when you are so close to having one of those fries in your mouth.
It's like after having one, I just keep going and going. It's like the algorithm never stops. It's like there's no stopping into just one fry. You have to keep eating it all until like, oh, there's no more. You even dig into the bag looking for more fries.
So will you help us explain to everybody why this is actually something you don't control as much as you think you do? That you're biologically hardwired to not stop.
Yes.
Good enough? So come up here. We're going to get into our little French fry screen here. This is actually what happens inside of you as you take one of those French fries. So, Stefania, go ahead and put one of those in your mouth. As it goes in your mouth, it goes down your swallowing tube, esophagus, into your stomach. Your stomach gets bigger, right? And your mouth begins to water. It kicks off the digestion process, right? As it gets into the stomach, it sends a signal to your pancreas. And that signal to the pancreas says, hey, listen, let that insulin go, baby, right? The body wants the insulin. The insulin signals the body to absorb any sugars, but it also signals the brain to release dopamine. Pow! Right? The reward chemical that makes you feel happy. And as you can imagine, the more you eat, the more you turn on this process in your belly with more insulin, the more dopamine you release. And that explains why, when you eat one fry, you have to keep going, seeking more pleasure from its perfect storm of fat, of salt, and of sugar, as Mark pointed out. So why don't you come on back down here? So now that you know that, this is why I always tell my family, don't even have the first one. But that doesn't seem fair, right? You want to have at least one if you just could stop. So did you feel a little better knowing that it's not your fault?
Yes, I do. I've been consumed by the fry monster.
The fry monster. Let me borrow those for a second, just in case. Next time you order your fries, share them with a few friends. That's the way to go.
Yes.
All right, thank you very much. All right, Mark says the next French fry lie is that the crispy ones are the best fries, which I have to admit, I think is true. But even if you don't agree with me, isn't that just a matter of opinion, whether you want them crispy or not?
Well, the crispy ones might taste the best, but are they the best for you? Well, here's where the concern comes. Because as we cook French fries and they go from blonde to golden to brown, they start to accumulate a chemical called acrylamide. And the FDA warns that consuming this compound could be associated with an increased risk of cancer. Now, it's very difficult to test in humans at what point a toxin becomes carcinogenic, but the data from the animal studies is not, It's worrisome. Something you should think about if you're someone who loves French fries.
So to be clear, acrylamide is a chemical compound that develops when starchy food like this is cooked at a high temperature. And it's been shown in the animal studies you mentioned, and a fair amount done now, they can cause tumors in your adrenal glands, your thyroid, even your lungs when it's consumed in high concentrations. And the easiest way to cut down on this toxin is to change what kind of fries you eat. So when you first start cooking your fries, right, look at the color. They're sort of pale. That's the natural state. As they get yellower and darker, and as soon as they get golden, pull them out. But if you let them keep going, right, they'll get darker and darker beyond that nice golden hue into this dark yellow. And that means the amount of acrylamide has increased exponentially. Those little charred edges, right, that means that they've burned enough that they've created the acrylamide.
Exactly.
And you don't want that. It looks nice, but you don't want it.
And I honestly think a blonde French fry tastes great.
Schatzker. The fact of the matter is, if you're going to have French fries, you want them crisp. But that's a separate argument. Don't have too many of them for this reason as well. The next French fries line, this one I fight in my home all the time, because my wife is a carbarian. She's a vegetarian, she says, but she's really a carbarian. She loves fries. Is people think that French fries are vegetarian fodder. They're friendly for vegetarians.
Yeah.
Your thoughts?
Turns out there's a secret ingredient some fast food companies are putting in French fries, and it is this.
Meat?
Beef. Now, they're not taking steaks and putting them in the deep fryer. That might actually not be such a bad thing. It's actually a lot more complicated than that. Here's the story. Way back in the day, we used to cook French fries in beef fat, also called tallow. Well, then we started to get concerned about our animal fat intake. We got rid of the beef fat. We replaced it with vegetable oil. So far, so good. There's a problem. You cook French fries in vegetable oil, they don't quite taste the same as when you cook them in beef fat. So an enterprising food scientist went and found the chemical that gives them this delicious beef tallow flavor and started putting it in the French fries cooked in vegetable oil. So you're not getting beef, you're not getting protein, you're not getting all that stuff, but you are getting a natural beef flavor, which technically means those French fries are not vegetarian.
All right, so we have uncovered, it's concerning, isn't it, guys? I mean, it's not as singularly easy to figure out what you want to eat when you want French fries. But the question is, are good French fries makeable when they're healthy? And you're arguing that a good French fry is actually feasible. You actually argue there's a science behind all this.
Yeah, making a good French fry is one of the hardest things there is. First of all, you need the right potatoes. You can't just do it with any potato. It's got to be a low moisture potato. You've got to slice it. You've got to get rid of some of the starch by soaking it. If there's too much sugar, it goes brown when you cook it. But then comes the really hard part, which is cooking it. Turns out you cook it twice. You do an initial fry to blanch, and then you do a higher temperature fry right before you serve it to get it nice and crispy. And some chefs even say between those two, you should actually freeze it, and then you get the best ever French fry. And then
who does that?
I know people who do that. I've done it. I've actually done it. And you've actually got to be really careful about your oil temperature, because if your oil is too cool, you get one of those limp, awful French fries, and if it's too hot, it's too crispy on the outside and raw in the middle. So, I mean, there's absolute science behind it. Making a great French fry, you could almost say it's a work of art.
A work of art. He loves food. By the way, the oil is not always boiling.
No, people think the oil's boiling, but it's actually, before you put the fries in, the oil is still, it's when you dunk the fries. What you're seeing boiling is the water coming out. Instantly gets turned to steam, and that's what those bubbles are.
From the potatoes.
From the potatoes.
Learn every single day. All right, up next, the secret hacks no one has ever told you to make fries healthier. They are easy, satisfying, pardon the pun, and get this, they're still made from potatoes. I'm not cheating you. Stick around.
A daytime exclusive. The child murderer Diane Downs gave birth to a daughter behind bars. Now she's here revealing her inner fears.
I feel I may have some traits of hers.
Plus, Dr. Oz and Dr. Phil team up to investigate the true crime of Gypsy Rose Blanchard.
But your mother is dead.
She is, yes.
And you were involved.
I was.
Is she a villain or is she a victim?
All new Oz.
That's coming up tomorrow.
No one can deny French fries are tasty, even seemingly addictive. And going fries free is a lot to ask, although I do once in a while request it. So I put food journalist Mark Schatzker to work. I asked him to search high and low for a solution. How to make a better, healthier French fry. And he came back with not one, but 3 fantastic solutions. And the best part, they are all made from real potatoes. You actually, when you came back to us, said, I want to make them from the real things. I don't want to give people some vegetarian knockoff. I don't want, broccoli fries.
Yeah, zucchini fried just doesn't cut it for me. And I might criticize French fries. I might say some things that aren't always positive, but I am a French fry lover, and I'm a French fry eater, and I'm convinced there's a way to eat them.
You want to hear these? They want them. So Mark is revealing the hidden secrets to hacking your potatoes to make them healthier. He says if you're a crispy fry lover like Kimberly here, you can try his crispy potato peels.
Okay.
All right, you go ahead and try it. Mark, I'm going to turn it to you. Describe how you can satisfy that cravings for crunch in a healthier way.
Yeah, so let's talk about how we got here. It all starts with potatoes. Take those peels, you hit them with a little salt, a little paprika, and you put them in your air fryer. And then you dress them with cilantro. And then, like you see here, instead of dipping them in ketchup, which has got lots of sugar in it, you dip it in sriracha, which is spicy. So it's putting the brake on. You can eat it, you can love it, but there's only so much you can take, right?
Most of the nutrients in the potato are in the skin, so you're getting a powerful punch as well.
Exactly.
But the question is, do you pay a penalty when it comes to taste and flavor?
Well, I think these are really delicious. I can see myself kind of making an alternative move towards this side. I do love the crunchiness of it, which is what I usually look for in my country French fries. These are really, really good, so good job.
It's a diabolically clever hack for making it crunchy, which is hard to do with a lot of these vegetable fries.
Exactly.
Nicely done.
Thank you.
You can finish the rest off.
Oh,
Make
I
it
will.
for you.
Save a few for me.
Next up, if you're a loaded fry lover like Giselle, the hack here is you swap out the oil for egg whites, which I had never thought of. What are some of your favorite toppings that you like on fries?
I love cheese, bacon, and definitely barbecue sauce. I have this weird obsession with barbecue sauce.
Cheese, bacon, and barbecue sauce,
Yes.
the trifecta. All right, go ahead and give a taste to these beauties while Mark describes what he did.
Well, yes, let's talk about loaded fries. Let's talk about the ultimate poutine. So poutine is French fries, and you add cheese curds, and then you pour over hot gravy, and the cheese curds melt. And it is divine. I've eaten a lot of this stuff over the years. It may have involved beer. I will not comment further.
Look at this. No, don't eat those.
No, they look good.
But
I
here's
know
the
they
thing.
do, but you're not supposed to eat those.
Does your French fry, you can load your French fry. Do you always have to load it in this way? You don't always have to cook them in oil. So this is a hack some people are doing. It's really interesting. You take egg whites, you add a little bit of salt, you add some paprika, you add some pepper, you can add some garlic powder if you like, mix it all up, and just pour it over your potato slices. It sounds bizarre, and then you just put it on your oven tray, cook it in your oven at about 400 or 425, and you're thinking, omelet? Is this gonna be all like stringy and egg whites everywhere? This is how they look when they come out.
Who would have thought?
Now give them a taste right now, undressed, and then we'll talk about what you can do to them.
Well, actually, we've been eating them the whole time you've been talking,
Okay,
but
so
I
what do
want
you
an
think?
honest opinion.
Honestly, I had fries like 2-3 days ago, and I can say that this is like 10 times better.
10 times better.
Yes.
No way. I mean, this is stupidly good.
Yeah.
Who would have thought? Why aren't we all doing this?
I'm sorry, I'm a double dip.
Go ahead and double dip, Giselle. Thank you for being here. Our next satisfying, healthy French fry hack comes from author of Meat on the Side, Nikki Dinky. She says, if you're a seasoned curly fry lover, try a skinny sweet potato spiral. Take a look.
Hey, Dr. Oz. So let's talk fries. In particular, sweet potato curly fries. All you're gonna do is take some spiralized sweet potatoes, a little bit of oil, just a touch. Then we're gonna add a really exciting kind of sweet and spicy seasoning blend. Chili powder, garlic powder, and smoked paprika, along with a little bit of salt. Give it a little stir. Now, you wanna make sure that these are nice and spread out so they can get extra, extra crispy. Looks good? Let's take them off. Well, they look great. And they are so crunchy. That I wanna crunch out of your oven. That's sweet and spicy. I could eat these all day long.
Thank you, Nikki. We can put all those recipes on Oz.com. Up next, the rumors you were being told about your burgers. He's got them. Stay tuned. We're investigating America's favorite fast food staple, the burger. Pulling back the wrapper to uncover the truth about fast food burgers once and for all. Now it's your all the secrets about fries, let's get into fast food burgers. Now, we've been told for years that burgers are nothing but another junk food. But is there more to the story? Today, we're pulling back the wrapper to investigate burger rumors. And Mark Schatzker is joining us to walk us through this. Now, the first burger rumor we investigated is that fast food beef is always 100% beef. I always assumed that was the case, because how can they say it's 100% beef to be in a burger, but yet if not the case?
It is the case. Some brands have made a very big deal that their beef is 100% beef. And I know what you're thinking. This is just like the ground beef I get at my butcher shop, where you see the big hunk of meat go in the grinder, out comes this beautiful ground beef. Right. They form the patty. Not quite. What some of them do is they will source ultra cheap, ultra lean beef. It might be spent dairy cows, it might be beef from a different country, and then they mix that with their own fat. And so that's ground beef, but it's more like, to me, like a ground beef product.
Yes.
But they're the good guys. And they have made such a big deal about using 100% beef that I think we all think everyone's using 100% beef. Well, that's not the case. If you look at the ingredients, and you can find them on the web, you start to see things in your beef patty, like corn fiber, cornstarch, sugar. I mean, why would there be sugar in a beef patty? Cottonseed oil. Over my shoulder, you can see this incredible long list of ingredients we found in one patty.
So the sugar is only there to get you to
just make it taste a bit sweeter, probably covering up for the fact that this isn't maybe the world's greatest beef.
But there are some franchises that have taken advantage of this trend, and they've changed their ways after identifying that their product wasn't up to snuff.
They have. Consumers have had enough of this. We hear about it, we get upset. So some are starting to use natural beef. You'll hear in the commercials, no antibiotics, no hormones. Now here's the thing, those commercials, they're always on this beautiful, idyllic farm. The cows are grazing, the birds are chirping. If you want beef that comes from something that looks like that, you got to get 100% grass-fed beef. And we're actually starting to see that in some of the higher-end franchises. So
take charge. The industry responds to you. Look it up on your phone right when you get to the restaurant if you need to. If the information is not disclosed, keep walking to another joint. Next burger rumor we investigate is the secret sauce and the veggies. Are they fresh? Let's start with the secret sauce. What's in there?
Yeah, so everyone, there's this rumor that the secret sauce, it's really just salad dressing. Mm-hmm. And if you look at the ingredients, some of it is, what you'd find in salad dressing. There's turmeric, there's paprika extract, so far so good. But then you start to look further and you start to see these very process-sounding ingredients, hydrolyzed plant protein, caramel color, calcium disodium. Yeah. So this is definitely not the same as a salad dressing you'd whip up in your kitchen.
And what about the fixings, the veggies they put on the side, the tomatoes, the pickles, and other things?
Yeah, so I had a friend, he once said, I don't see what the big deal is with cheeseburgers. You get all 4 food groups. You got the grains in the bun, you've got dairy in the cheese, you've got meat in the patty, and you've got your produce right there. Well, technically you do, but it's a matter of proportion here. And here's what we got. We got pickles, we got tomatoes. There's not a lot of them. And we're not talking the world's best products. These are not heirloom tomatoes. But we are starting to see a turn again for the better. A very big fast food company recently announced they're only going to source specially grown hydroponic tomatoes. They want their tomatoes to taste better. Yeah. I think that's a good thing.
I think so too. But again, they listen to you. Next burger rumor we investigated is that the buns are bleached with chemicals. I have seen all kinds of articles about this, people moaning and groaning about it. I thought they had taken all that stuff out of the bun.
Yeah, you'd think. Calcium peroxide makes it even whiter and even more processed. It's actually banned in China.
And we're serving it here?
It's here. Now, that's also a good news story. One very big franchise said, we're going to get rid of calcium peroxide. So we're starting to see some positive change. Maybe more will follow suit.
All right. Some franchises have used this bad press to turn things around, and they're offering better options. There are brands that are turning over a new leaf, if I can use the pun.
Yeah, literally.
When they turn over a new leaf, what does that really mean?
So leaves, it means getting rid of the bun and replacing it with something healthier. And here, what we're seeing are things like these, collard greens or kale instead of the bun. So you take something that's on people's hit list, I want to get rid of the bun, and you replace it with something better. Have a bite.
This actually works. Usually they fall apart. This is nice, a good idea.
It's a great idea.
I think it's a positive. What is this one?
Now, this is a burger bowl. And you hear that and you think there's going to be rice in there. That's what I thought. Turns out that's a burrito bowl. There's a lot of bowls these days. You gotta keep it all straight. A burger bowl is everything in the burger but the bun. They put it in a container and you're good to go. Once again, for people who want to get rid of the carbs, people doing keto, this is a great option.
And if you go to a restaurant that doesn't happen to have these, you can always just have them customize it, right?
You can customize it, absolutely.
Get rid of the bread, get a couple extra tomatoes, and off you go. I looked into this mathematically, just for those of you who are interested in diets like this, 250 calories less if you get rid of the bun and use leaves instead of the alternative. I'm calling out to all the fast food chains to offer more of these bunless options. They're going to work, and America's going to love them. And if you don't offer it, take the butt off, make it work. Toast to you, Mark. Up next, the surprising new burgers popping up at your fast food restaurants. You will not want to miss this.
Missing mom Susan Cox Powell. Her husband at the center of the crime. Now, his family is opening up to Oz.
I'm convinced that he killed her.
All new Oz.
That's coming up Friday.
We are back investigating new fast food burgers created with the help of some food scientists, and they look really good. These burgers are constructed of no meat, look, no meat here, and less meat, and they have gone mainstream. Mark is going to walk us through the big ones, and I invited Renata to taste these new burgers to see if they can stand the test of time of a classic burger. The first option, a mushroom blend burger. These burgers are making headlines everywhere. They're bringing people to the drive-thru. How are they made?
Well, for a long time, people have been trying to cut back on their red meat intake. Doctors are telling them to do that. So we've had the burger and we've had the veggie burger. The veggie burger doesn't quite do it. A lot of people really miss that beef. So this is a compromise. You've got beef and you've got mushrooms. Mushrooms bring in the veggie component. They got a bit of that meaty taste, but you also got your beef.
So, Renata, before you take another bite, you've been there. I saw it dripping a little bit.
Yes.
Your thoughts on this?
I love a good burger, Dr. Oz, okay?
I should have guessed that.
And this here is a good burger. Yes, this here is a great burger. It's amazing. I'm fooled.
Yeah, you look at the bite. Look at the bite here. Mark is a huge bite. It's a Canadian bite there. But it actually, it looks real. What do you think about it?
I think they're great. I think go into it knowing this is a mushroom burger. I think when we try to fool ourselves with food, we sometimes run into trouble. You're like, this doesn't taste exactly like a burger. But if you take a bite of that and say, this is a mushroom burger, it's darn good.
Yeah.
I don't think anyone will be disappointed. Anybody who hear my voice would be pretty satisfied by this.
Yep.
Even the fixings you got to figure out on your own, but the actual core burger is there.
Yeah.
All right, next. The huge movement towards meatless burgers. These are made in a laboratory, but don't get freaked out here.
Lord.
You know, they look real. They even bleed like real beef. Take a bite. And these new meatless burgers, again, they're popping up everywhere, and they're getting a lot of attention because they're so close.
Yeah, we've been hearing a ton of these. These are somewhat controversial. Some people say this is the high-tech solution to all our problems. You've got the flavor of a burger, you've got the texture, some of them even bleed with the goodness of plants. Now, there's a whole other group that says, not so fast. This is a highly processed food that isn't so much plants as you've got like protein extract, you've got xanthan gum, yeast extract. So it's a personal choice.
Moment of truth, Renata. What do you think? Just on the taste side.
On the taste side, this is respectable.
Yeah.
Yes.
Surprisingly good, isn't it?
Surprisingly. Right.
I'll give you the last word here, but I'm going to trip in as well. I sort of like the way they taste. I like the idea. They're taking plants, breaking them down, and rebuilding meat, so they take the cow out of the middle. That's intellectually stimulating for me, and it tastes good to my mouth. So you're not always as high on these things.
You know me, I'm very suspicious of foods that imitate. I think that's where our food system went wrong. And if I had to choose an alternative, I would take the mushroom beef burger.
You would. What do you think?
Yeah, I would lean more toward the mushroom beef burger as well, because, you know, I also want something real. I mean, not to say that this isn't, but you know, I mean, if I'm going to eat, I need to eat real food. No shade.
I like the fact that meatless meat can even work. That's even possible. Turns me on. All right, you can check out Mark's book. It's called The Dorito Effect. We'll be right back. Coming up, the Dish Crew is back, and these foodies are sampling the craziest food mashups of all time.
From taco pizzas to breakfast cereal milkshakes and an Italian mashup with chicken and waffles.
You want to stick around?
If there's one thing that brings us all together, it's food. So we're calling everyone to the table to dish on everything, from the latest food hacks and trends to everyday recipes you can make for dinner tonight.
Singing is my first love, but my other passion is baking.
I'm an Iron Chef, but mostly the executive chef of Butter Restaurant and mother to an 11-year-old. This is the first recipe I ever made in a professional kitchen. They were terrible.
My cooking is like me, a mix of Caribbean heat meets Southern sweet. This is like my girlfriend in the kitchen.
I am, as a chef, first and foremost about flavor. It's simple, it's celebratory, and most of all, it's about having a great time in the kitchen.
What is going wrong?
I'm trying to help.
Let's dish.
Dish on Oz. What I cannot wrestle together my co-host. What is going on over here? What is this?
We're having a party.
I caught you, Alex.
I'm busted. All right, you need to know about this. This is Tony Baloney's Taco Pizza. You guys, today is all about food mashups because the only thing better than eating your favorite foods is combining them into something even more delicious. Am I right? Yes. So we took pizza and tacos, put it together.
This should be illegal. Come on over here.
This is crazy.
I don't even know how this happened.
All right.
And while we taste this pizza, I'm going to have Daphne tell you what else is going on. But please have a seat. Now come into my kitchen.
Let me take a load up.
I've never even heard of this before.
Look this pizza in the eye. This is insane.
So what else are we doing today?
All right. So first up, we are going to be showing you how to create one of the easiest mashups at home. It's breakfast cereal milkshakes.
Oh, God.
Come on. Then the mashup of my dreams, chicken parm and spaghetti waffles. Okay.
What?
And a snack of the day that is so indulgent, rich and chocolatey, you will never believe it's a mashup of healthy and wholesome. Okay? So we're covering the whole game right now. We're getting breakfast food together, pizza with tacos. What do you make of this? Since you're the only one who has been taking it.
This is really good. It was intimidating to look at, but this could actually work.
Very heart healthy.
Yeah, not heart healthy. No.
I think it's a balanced meal. 2 delicious tacos, some guacamole, a pizza. I mean, what more does a girl need?
But yeah, I think you have to tackle taco first, then pizza. I don't know if you can get everything in one bite.
Oh my
That's
goodness.
pretty
Okay,
crazy.
well, to wash it all down, Jamika, tell us how we make these breakfast cereal milkshakes.
Oh, yes. You all heard correctly. We are doing breakfast cereal milkshakes. All right? Get excited about that. Let me tell you how we're going to do this. First, we're going to rim the glass. So you have a bowl of water. And you can dip your milkshake glass into the water. Just a little dip to get the rim coated. Then you're going to put it in the crushed cereal. And you can pick any cereal you like to kind of decorate the rim there. You see that?
Yeah.
How beautiful is that? Yes.
It's like a science experiment.
Okay.
And then for the milkshake, all right, so we have blended a cup of milk that's been, kind of simmering with cereal soaked in it, and then we strain it out. So it is infused with cereal milk. You know when you have your breakfast cereal and that milk is staying at the bottom of the bowl?
That is Saturday morning for me.
Absolutely. That's what we've made the milkshake out of. Perfect.
What's the red thing in front of you?
Oh, you've never seen this before. This is called whipped cream in a can, sir. He's never seen this.
Dad?
You're going to add whipped cream to this?
Why not? It's not a milkshake without a little whipped cream. So I put a layer of cereal and then put my whipped cream in there, and then you can dress it up with a little bit more.
Guys.
Little crushed on top.
Do you think my dad needs some of these marshmallow cereal?
I like the cocoa
What topping
cereal.
would you like, Dad?
That's fine. Don't they have any Cheerios there?
Oh,
All right, I'll just
not
do
happening.
this. It's enough. It's enough.
That's enough.
This is an overnight oats milkshake with kale, no?
First of all, what does this even taste like?
You gotta taste it. Come on. Is that not your dream right there?
I wouldn't call it a dream, but it's sort of better than I expected. I thought this whole thing's mashups are surprising. Like this pizza thing, if you break it apart, it's actually pretty special. This was a crazy idea. Take the milk left over. It works.
It does.
We all drink that milk. We wouldn't drink someone else's version. We drink our own, but it's fantastic.
Now you can use it in your milkshake. Just add a little ice cream in your milk.
Be honest here, what is the craziest mashup you have ever personally tried, Jamika?
Oh my goodness, I love mashups. So this one place I went to, it was a bacon wrapped hot dog, and then they put mac and cheese on top of it, and topped it with popcorn and pesto and mustard. It was like the craziest thing. It looks like it doesn't work, but it works. It's phenomenal. And then, I try mashups at home when I'm bored. That's what I do. So I am working on this one, my favorite buffalo chicken and cheesecake. I'm gonna figure out how. No,
it can't be done.
No, I'm gonna. You wait and see.
No, I'm with you on
Now,
this.
my first time I did it, it was a hot mess, y'all. Okay, so I'm still working it through, but trust me, I'm gonna get that right. I'll bring you a slice when I make it. Thank you. I got you.
All right, I have a little game I want to play. We're gonna guess if the mashup is a real mashup or a made up. Okay, so there are some crazy mashups out there, tons and tons. Some are mashups, some are made up, and we are going to play. I'm gonna call out some names, and you're gonna tell me if they're real or not. First up, sushi donuts. Okay, what is your guess? Is this a real mashup or is it made up? Sushi
There's
donuts.
no way.
I want that to be made up, but I feel like that's real. Somebody should have done that.
It cannot be real.
I feel like
audience
it's
is
real.
leaning towards made up. You guys say real.
Audience, hands up if
is
you
so
think it's
crazy.
real. Hands up if you think it's real.
It's got to be real.
Most of
It's
them
that
think it
crazy.
is. They are the smartest in television.
Guys, it is a real mashup. Bring
There
it
you
on
go.
out. I want you guys to see this. These
Good
are some
for
sexy
you.
little sushi donuts. Okay, wait. So it's rice in the middle with the fish laid on top with some vegetables on some of them.
Are you kidding me? Oh, salmon here. There's some salmon for you. I know you love salmon.
I do. Oh my God, it's a rice donut.
Jamika, what do you think?
I have to do it just because it's here, but my goodness, this is.
Well, bite into it. What's in the middle? Is it rice?
But it's rice. It's rice. So it looks like a donut, but it's rice on the inside. So it makes sense. It's just wacky looking.
I'm just so happy you guys are here to try that so I can just keep eating my milkshake.
Oh, gosh.
All right,
what's the next one?
Let's play again. This is fun. Next, Mexican street corn cheesecake. Is it a real mashup or made up?
It's a really good idea.
Oh, it's a great idea. Street corn and cheesecake. I'm going to say mashup.
It's real.
And the answer is?
The answer is it's made up.
Okay, well, we have to make it up then.
But we can make it. You guys might see it here on the dish next week. We'll figure it out. We'll make it for you guys. Okay, let's play one more time. Pastrami egg rolls. Is this a thing? Combining pastrami with egg rolls.
I think I've had this before.
If it's not a thing, someone better coin $1 million business around that. That sounds delightful.
That's got to be real.
I've
Real?
had this,
I think real too.
And
Is it real? I can't wait to see them. Bring them on out.
They're real.
Pastrami egg rolls.
Woo! Oh, wow.
Wow, we wow.
This is a very smart idea.
Oh my God.
Oh my goodness, this is so right. Spicy mustard.
Look at that. Oh my goodness.
This is crazy
All right,
good.
I'll give you the final one because this is really, really delectable.
Oh.
Chocolate chip cookie pecan pie. Is it possible?
Oh yeah. I mean,
Everyone
it's
says, how do you guys know? Have you had it before?
This is what
They've
they
had
do
it
at
before.
Let me tell you something. This one actually was not real until today. I took two of my favorite desserts and developed this epic mashup for all of us to try. Bring it out.
Yes, it's real.
This is, okay, get this. I took a log of chocolate chip cookie dough. I pressed it as the crust of a pecan pie, made a typical pecan pie filling. If you love like a toffee chocolate chip cookie, crusty deliciousness, and you love the toffee of the pecan
Show it
pie.
to everybody. Show it.
Well,
It's a cookie in there.
It's a cookie shell. This is, do you see this?
Just pull out a big hunk, because come on, we're friends. Let's
Hand it on down.
We're friends.
I'm having a ball over here myself. Hand it down.
All right.
Yeah, look at this. It's a cookie camouflaged in pecan.
Totally. All right, good. Well, that might be coming home with me. Here's something else. Sometimes mashups only exist for Instagram. Like you said, they want the wow factor, the shock factor. Let's be honest, they're not really that delicious. You just want someone to take a picture of them. Well, there is a restaurant in Miami that has their very own Instagram butlers, okay? Yeah.
Oh.
They're sent to your table with a ring LED light ready for your iPhone to shoot your food at the best possible angle with the best possible lighting.
Oh my goodness.
Oh my goodness. Any phone actually will work with this.
Is
Fabulous.
it us or the
Stand
food?
up for me.
Oh, only the food.
Oh,
This is all for the Insta. Come on.
Can you get me to it?
Get my best angle with this
It's
bowl.
a clever idea. Here, with the pastrami.
I love
Oh, it's
this.
blinked. Come on. Oh, there we go.
All right, everybody. Up
that's
next, we
nice.
asked our viewers which food mashup they wanted to try, and they came up with the best idea. It's an Italian comfort food meets my breakfast favorite. You'll never guess what it is, because it is next.
I love getting to talk with you on my show every single day. But when the cameras stop rolling, the conversation is not over. I still have a lot that I want to talk about. So download the Dr. Oz podcast on Apple Podcasts or wherever you get your podcasts.
We are back with the dish on Oz, and we've been bringing you the best recipe mashups we've ever tasted. But this next one came from you guys, okay? We asked you, the viewers, what two foods you most wanted to mash up into one dish. Are you ready to find out what won?
Yes,
All right, let's spin that wheel. Check it out. First up, you guys love some chicken parm and spaghetti with waffles. You wanted to see us put those two bad boys together. And who accepted the challenge?
I did.
Alex, definitely. All right, you ready to take this on? We got chicken parm, spaghetti, waffles. Can you make it happen?
Totally, super simple. So normally I do egg, flour, and breadcrumb when breading.
Yeah.
This one I want it to be a little bit lighter because it's piling up into this parm. So that's white meat chicken, pounded thin, a cutlet, salted, egg, then breadcrumb.
Yes.
Now, here's a really important little tip, which is bread them and then pop them in the fridge for about 30 minutes and let them get cold. So you're dropping them in hot oil.
Why is that? Why do we do that?
Well, you're dropping them in hot oil, and when they're colder, that breading sticks better. It doesn't fall off and burn in the pan. And then we just drop them right in the hot oil. Look at that sizzle. You know when you hear that sizzle? You hear the zen of that?
Oh, yeah. And you want that oil going hot enough so that it crisps it without soaking the breadcrumbs, because you want those crispy, light breadcrumbs, not, dense oil-soaked ones.
You want that little bubble around it. That's the telltale sign that you are in cutlet territory. You know what I mean? You know what happens when you're in cutlet territory? Then you start to assemble with just some homemade tomato sauce.
Wait, what's the deal with this?
What do you mean? That's nothing.
Oh,
that's butter.
What do you mean? There's no butter here. I don't know what you're talking about. No,
never happened.
I'm actually just gonna fry them in oil, just for you. I really am gonna take that butter out. How about it?
If I wasn't here, would you have added butter?
No.
No.
Absolutely, yes.
Always build this. I decided to build this mashup a little bit like you build a lasagna. So I'm gonna drop a little bit of, you wanna put some cutlets on top?
Yes, ma'am.
I drop a little bit of tomato on the bottom, right? And then we have those nice chicken cutlets. We get in there with a little parm right on top, and that's kind of like the salt of this, right? And then another layer. Just stop it. This is stop it.
Alex, you're so naughty. I love
This is a homemade tomato sauce, just garlic, tomato, basil, super simple. And then just really, don't look, Doc.
Oh, wow.
Don't look.
Oh,
don't look, don't look, don't
Somebody
look, don't
earmuff it and blindfold.
Oh, wow.
He's in a dark room. He can't see anything.
Load it up.
You know what else I do? I like to load a little bit in the corners because then you get that bubbling corner.
Ooh, the crispy edge right there. I love that with the cheese.
Now for the mashup part.
Yes.
How do those cutlets look?
Beautiful.
Oh, they're coming together beautifully.
Nice.
For the mashup part, the chicken parm, that's pretty straightforward, pretty easy. Okay. I'm gonna put this in the oven and get this baking. I bake this at 350 until it's bubbling and cheesy, half an hour, 40 minutes. I mix together cooked spaghetti with an egg, just to hold it together. I tried a lot of different things. I tried pancake batter, I'll be honest. I went full in on the mashup.
The gauntlet. You're like,
I tried waffle batter, pancake batter, and it just
too heavy.
So I just dropped an egg, and Jamika has been lovingly mixing the cooked spaghetti with the egg, and we're just gonna literally drop that in the waffle iron. Look at that.
Oh.
Now I found it takes about a cup of spaghetti, cooked spaghetti, to make one really nice waffle.
Beautiful.
It looks like you've done this before, Jamika, honestly.
I would never put spaghetti in a waffle maker.
Tiny pinch of salt in there, right? And then you just close that and you let that take a little spaghetti nap. Oh my God, look behind you.
Wow.
A spaghetti nap.
Oh, yeah.
Oh my goodness.
That is magic. Majestic even.
I mean, look at that. Oh my goodness.
Right, bubbling, and just a sheet of cheese on top.
Just a sheet of cheese.
Oh my mind.
In the corners, I noticed you put a little extra.
Yes.
To toy with me.
Admit that you're enjoying cutting that. Is that kind of satisfying?
It is very surgical, cutting through the Parmesan. The chicken.
Surgical.
There you go.
There we are.
And that goes right on top. Look at these
Oh yeah,
spaghetti
look at the
waffles.
waffle. Do you guys see how cute this come out? Oh my goodness. Load
There
it
you are.
up,
Little help
Doc.
there. There
Don't
we are.
skimp on my cheese.
Wow.
Beautiful.
Look at that.
Oh, look at that pull.
That's
That's what we're talking about.
Now you can make
This is a
these.
good idea. Look at this. Is a good idea.
Yeah, you can make the parm the night before. Let it rest, let it sit, let it hang out. Make the spaghetti the night before, and then just put it together.
Is this the normal dainty portion size you recommend?
I mean, this is sort of a snack. I thought, an afternoon snack before dinner. Thoughts?
Something she whipped up.
Jamika, what do you think?
This is so amazing. And the thing I love about mashups, I feel like you have to give it a really cool name. So I would call this a chicken par waffle. Would I maybe do that?
Oh.
A chicken par what would I call this? It's got to be something fun when you're doing a mashup, and it's so delicious. I love
You
it.
could feed a family of several dozen.
You're right. It is a little decadent, but I mean, here we are. We just had, milkshakes with cereal. I mean, I think we're doing okay.
I don't know how we ended up here, but I like it. Dad, is there any way you can think of making this mashup a little more Oz approved?
No. Actually, you know what the truth is?
Yeah.
The most healthy item of food is the laughter around it. Having food with people you love, like you guys. So this is Oz approved because you're having a good time making it. There's no sense torturing yourself. Go ahead and enjoy. Do it all out like you're saying. And you know what? I'll put the recipe on droz.com/thedish to prove it to you all. Enjoy it with people you care for. When we come back, it's our snack of the day. It is a mashup of unique ingredients that are all good for you. All good for you, unlike what's happening here with Alex. But it tastes so sinful. You want to see what it is? Stay tuned.
A daytime exclusive. The child murderer, Diane Downs, gave birth to a daughter behind bars. Now she's here, revealing her inner fears.
I feel I may have some traits of hers.
All new Oz. That's coming up tomorrow.
We are back with the Dish on Oz, talking about the best food mashups we have ever tasted. And now we have a snack for you with a unique combination of ingredients. It is the snack of the day. Daphne, what is it?
It's Rowdy Bars. Woohoo!
Rowdy?
Oh, yeah.
A great
Getting
name.
rowdy with Rowdy Bars. So these bars are made up of simple whole foods like your egg whites and nuts and seeds, coconut and dark chocolate. Not complaining about that. No hidden junk. They also contain yacon root. It's an all-natural sweetener that's rich in fiber and potassium. And it's one of the things that makes me love these bars because they're sweet, but they're not too sweet. They don't taste like candy bars, so I actually feel good when I'm eating them. They come in a variety of flavors. This one here is chocolate coconut cashew. Some have berries, so there's something for everyone.
Good. Where do you find them?
You can find Rowdy Bars on Amazon.com. I know you're digging in. What do you think of this?
You're right. It's sweet enough. It doesn't blow out your taste buds. I like it.
A little bit of chocolate comes through, the fat from the nuts and the coconut. Really satisfying and leaves you stable too. So today's show is all about mashups. We wanted to show you, we put it on a salad. We cut this guy up and put it on a
Oh my
salad.
goodness, even
We even
better.
crumbled it over whole wheat pancakes.
Pancakes? Daphne, we're a bad influence. You eat the pancake.
What?
You're a bad influence.
I was gonna give those to you. Fine, sure. I'm not gonna complain about that.
It's just clever to put it on a salad.
Well, the nice thing is it adds a little bit of a chew there and a little sweet flavor to your salad there. And the bonus is these Rowdy Bars also contain prebiotics. So these, I know you know, are providing fuel for the good bacteria in your gut. This means less constipation, less belly bloating. And Rowdy Bars are also great for people with dietary restrictions. They're dairy-free, soy-free, gluten-free, low sodium, non-GMO. And each Rowdy Bar, here's what I love. They're each 200 calories, thereabout, boasts 11 grams of protein, so they're gonna keep you full. They have 3 grams of fiber, which will keep you moving, and they have a low glycemic index, so they won't make your blood sugar spike. So say goodbye to that afternoon crash and burn, and hello to a sweet pick-me-up.
Keep talking, I'm eating.
No, I'm eating. You gotta say this.
All right, so thanks to our sponsorship partner, Rowdy Bars. You all staring out there, you're hungry, aren't you? Yeah. All right. My entire studio audience, you're going home with not 1, not 2, but 3 flavors of Rowdy Bars.
This is so yummy. The Dish Crew is back next Wednesday. Tune in for more everyday amazing recipes and kitchen hacks.
See you next time.